Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be talking about some Doctor Who. And my thing is, I wonder, how much does the BBC think the Whittaker era was a failure? At least on some level. I'm not trying to say across the board, but just that it didn't perform where they expected it to perform, where they wanted it to perform. I do think this is the case. They'll never admit that. The BBC will never admit that maybe the Chibnall era was a misstep. Maybe the mistakes were made. They'll never do that. That's understandable. It's not much like in 80s Who, where they were just very blatantly, we've got to kill this show immediately. We may 20 years from now find out about the higher-ups being displeased. That's not something we're ever going to hear about anytime soon. But I do think some of the decisions that have been made do speak to the fact that the BBC has not been happy with the current era of the show. Can I still stay there? The current era? No. And we're going to look at a few different points here. One, the fact they're bringing Russell T Davies back. The fact they're going to the guy who rebooted Doctor Who so successfully and had the 9th and 10th Doctor eras that were such a success, which I think bled into Matt's era doing so well. The good graces from 10's era really did carry over to 11 and help promote that up. The fact they're bringing Russell back, not someone new, not someone different, Russell. They specifically want Russell. Hey y'all, we're bringing Russell back. Remember how you loved Russell? Wasn't Russell great? We've got Russell back. I think that is really telling, the fact that they went specifically for Russell and got Russell. Another point on here is the fact that they also got the other people who worked with him back in 2005, like Julie and what was the other guy, Philip or whatever. They got their studio. The fact that the BBC is willing to pass this off to let another studio really be working on it. And it got, Russell and Julie and Philip, all of them back together, the trio back together. It's like, okay, we're going to trust you with our property because we don't know what we're doing with it. Please take good care of it like you did last time. Hey guys, we want you to think it's 2006 again. Remember how great 2006 was? And wasn't David Tennant amazing? We want you to believe it's 2006 again. And another thing is, they've unveiled a new logo. But as many of us noticed quickly, it's not really a new logo. It is, of course, the diamond logo. That is very much Tom Baker's logo. And I know some people are like, well, actually, it was first shown in John Pertwee's final season. Screw off. Look, do people usually go, oh, look, the Pertwee logo when they see the diamond logo? No, they don't. Most people associate the Pertwee logo with the logo that also was McGann's logo. That's the one that's usually called the Pertwee-McGann logo, or just the Pertwee logo. Usually when you see the diamond one, that's the Tom Baker logo. Let's be honest. Let's not be pedantic about this. Let's be honest. So that's usually the Tom Baker logo, which of course is considered a great era of the show. Tom Baker for a lot of people is the Doctor, and even the people who really only watch the modern show are aware of Tom Baker, and they're aware of the fact that he was a very popular Doctor, and that his era was a very popular era. Even they are going to probably be at least familiar with that logo. Now, it's also clever because the 60th will be the show's diamond anniversary, and I do think that's a good way to do a nod to the past, but I also think that's a way of reminding fans of a better time. Hey, we're also using the logo from when an era was amazing. So we've got like a head showrunner from an amazing era. We've got the logo from another amazing era. Good things are coming. And I love the diamond logo. I'm a huge fan of the diamond logo. I like that they're bringing it back. Again, it fits with being the diamond logo for the show. There's a part of me that's hoping that, we heard that they asked Tom Baker to be in Power of the Doctor, but he wasn't available due to, they don't say, maybe it's his health, maybe he just didn't want to, maybe he had things going on, maybe one of the things he had going on was that he was filming something for, next year with the 60th, wouldn't that be amazing? It's probably not true. Tom Baker is 88, but wouldn't it be awesome if, oh dear, I can't quite get to that right now, I'm busy filming stuff for this Doctor Who's 60th anniversary next year. Wouldn't that be amazing? I would love to have some Tom Baker in the 60th. I love Tom Baker. But I think that's another sign of Doctor Who hearkening back to a better time, a better era. And I think that is a two birds, one stone thing. You know, you bring it back for the 60th anniversary of the show, and you bring it back to, hey guys, remember this amazing era? We're kind of referencing that again. We're getting back to that, which leads me into the next thing, which is they're bringing back David Tennant as the 14th Doctor. Now, we know it's only for a few specials because, well, David Tennant's a pretty popular actor now, and I don't think he would want the hectic schedule of doing it all the time. Plus, I think Tennant likes taking on different roles. But they wish they could have got him for a series or two. I mean, it's like, hey, look, everybody, look, it's David Tennant again. Remember how much you loved David Tennant? Wasn't Series 4 amazing? And guess what? They're also bringing back Catherine Tate. Remember how much you loved the Doctor and Donna, the Dr. Donna together? Wasn't the Dr. Donna amazing? Remember how great Series 4 was? It reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons in like season 14, where it connected to an episode from season 4, and one of the mutants is talking to you, and it's like, just because it looks like season 4 doesn't make it season 4. That's pretty much how I think here. I'm like, look y'all, just because it looks like series 4 doesn't make it series 4. Because I know how much people love series 4. It is a really good series. I love Donna. I love the 10th Doctor with Donna. They're amazing. But it's like they're going, hey, we got David Tennant back. He's the Doctor again. Oh, you want more Donna? We've got Donna. So they're going, hey, look, we've got Russell back. Remember how great it was when Russell was there? We got the diamond logo back. Remember how great it was when the diamond logo was the logo? We got David Tennant and Donna back. Remember how great it was when they were there traveling together? That's kind of what they're doing. And I'm happy to have David Tennant back. And I love the fact that he's not the 10th Doctor. I love the fact that he's kind of regenerated back into the 14th Doctor. They had set that up in Day of the Doctor with, you may find yourself revisiting a few, but just the old favorites. Because I firmly believe the Curator is a future incarnation of the Doctor. I love the idea that the Doctor will one day be Tom Baker again. That's quite possibly the greatest thing in Doctor Who ever. And I would love to have the Curator show up in the 60th. That would be a great reason for having Tom Baker back. I want that. So I love the idea of the Doctor revisiting faces. And I like the fact that we're getting Tennant back. And I love the fact we're getting Donna back. I'm excited about that. So the interesting thing is everything I've just poked fun at it about, it's working. Russell's back. Awesome. I like Russell. David's back. Awesome. I like David. Donna's back. Awesome. Catherine's back. I love Donna. Oh, the diamond logo. I love the Tom Baker era. It's working. But I think it shows just how hard they're hearkening back to that to try to get this show back on track. I do think they consider the Whittaker era a bit disappointing. It has been divisive. I'm not even going to say it's all bad, because there's some of the fandom that really enjoy the Whittaker era. It has been divisive. And for something to be divisive, there has to be a part of the fandom that likes it. Much like Last Jedi. I hate Last Jedi. Can't stand Last Jedi. But I don't think I can sit there and go, the fandom hated Last Jedi. Some of the fandom did. Some of the fandom think it's the best movie against Empire. Since Empire. I can't follow the logic on that at all. I don't think there is any. But it is divisive. It splits the fan base. So there's a chunk that likes it. Same thing with the Whittaker era. There's a chunk that likes it. It's been a very divisive era. Another thing, the animations being canceled. To me, this is a sign that Doctor Who merchandise sales have been going down. I think that the reason BBC didn't renew their contract to do more animations is because, speaking as an American, Doctor Who's popularity here has waned a lot since 2013. Now, not just the Whittaker era. Let me be clear, this isn't just the Whittaker era. I saw a huge drop in the popularity even during the Capaldi era. Because the Capaldi era is a mixed bag. Capaldi is a great Doctor, but his era is a mixed bag. All three of his seasons are mixed bags. I do think, too, there is probably a percentage of the female viewers who I think they kind of like their boyfriend, Dr. David Tennant's so handsome, he looks so gorgeous. And there may be a part of the population of the male population who feels the same way, to be honest. And then, it's Matt Smith, and they adjusted to him. Like, well, he's still handsome. I mean, even in House of the Dragon, there's like this thing on the internet now where that's like, his character's like their internet boyfriend. I saw something about it the other day. Matt Smith's so handsome, he's great. And then they regenerate to Capaldi, who was a much older doctor, and they're like, why is my doctor an old man now? No, don't get me wrong, I'm sure some people are, ooh, daddy doctor. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of the women were, but my handsome young boyfriend, doctor, what happened? And they just stopped watching. Or it could have just honestly been because the quality of the stories wasn't as good. So Moffat really did get a little too clever for his own good when he's having to deal with Doctor Who's Sherlock, the 1010 movie. Sometimes he's a little too clever. Stuff don't work. Listen's a great example of that. Listen has a terrible ending that kind of ruins the whole episode. And there's a lot of that in Capaldi's era. So I really do think sales started decreasing because I look at where Doctor Who was in 2013, like probably at the zenith of its popularity between 2010 and 2013. It's huge. And I look at where it was at the end of the Capaldi era, and I look at it where it was during the Whittaker era, and it's so drastically different. You don't see merchandise in stores as much, or if you do, it's a much smaller section. Like Doctor Who used to have its own section in stores, like Barnes and Noble and stuff, Books A Million. It'd have its own little area that got bigger, and then started getting smaller, and now it's just kind of in with other stuff. Same thing, I would say same thing with its Blu-ray DVD section, but you know, all the Blu-ray DVD sections have been shrinking over the past decade as stuff is going more digital, so I can't really blame that just on that. But even like during the 2010s, 2013, 2014, I ran into people more often in everyday life. They'd have on Doctor Who shirts, or Doctor Who hats, or Doctor Who cases on their phone. I had an iPhone 4 forever, and I had a TARDIS case for it. So when I'd see somebody with a Doctor Who shirt, I'd be like, I'm a Doctor Who fan too. I'd be like Harriet Jones, Doctor Who fan. You know, and I'd flash my phone up. And like, I met all sorts of people. We just have random Doctor Who conversations. I might be out eating with one of my friends and talking about Doctor Who, and I'd hear somebody else, oh, you're talking about Doctor Who, or I'd overhear them talking about Doctor Who, and I'd be like, David Tennant, you said. And the cool thing is, we didn't know each other. We'd sit there and converse because we're both Doctor Who fans, and it's awesome when you meet fellow Doctor Who fans. I've talked before on the channel about how I've had girls I dated. One of the reasons we started dating was Doctor Who stuff. I had a girl I dated for over a year. The first time, I don't know if I'll call it a first date, but the first time we actually hung out together, we went and saw Deep Breath in theater together. And when we ended up hanging out till like 1:30 in the morning. And we're both big Doctor Who fans. We bought each other sonic screwdrivers for Christmas that year without even realizing it. And we got each other the same sonic screwdriver, the Tom Baker one, the one that I've had in a few videos. I got her that one, and she got me that one, and we didn't even know we got it for each other. I loved that moment. And I had another girl that I was friendly with for like 4 years who just texted me up one day. It's like, oh, I started watching Doctor Who. The Ninth Doctor's amazing. La 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 la, which led to us texting back and forth a lot and visiting each other more because we lived about 2.5 hours away from each other because her college was about 2.5 hours away. And we ended up dating for about 4 months or so. And then we didn't really talk much, and then we became friends again. It's a whole long story. But the point is, you ran into that more then. I hardly ever see that now. And again, that decline started in Capaldi's era between 2014 and 2017, but it has continued over and gotten even worse during the Whittaker era, where I don't really have those conversations. And maybe it's just me getting older too, you know. I'm pretty sure a 22-year-old's not going to see somebody in their 40s and be like, oh, you're a Doctor Who fan. I don't know. But it is different. I don't just have random conversations with people with it like I used to. And I think that's why the animations didn't get renewed. I don't know how well their broadcast numbers were when BBC America showed the animations on TV here with the popularity going down. And I'm sure the popularity in the UK has waned as well from what I've been told since the Matt Smith era. So I think this is an effort to remind viewers of a happier time, getting Russell back, getting David back, getting Donna back, bringing in the classic logo, and trying to get Doctor Who back up in popularity where it was a decade ago. I think they would love to try to do that. At least that's what I think. I do think that the Whittaker era hasn't been what they wanted it to be. I don't know if they consider it a failure. or at least a complete failure, but I do believe that it's not where they want it to be, and quite possibly that's the reason why they got Whittaker and Chibs out the door. Now, I don't know, they may have chosen to leave on their own, as has been said, or the BBC might have been like, we wish you luck in your future endeavors. I don't know. But I do think that they want the show to get back to where it was 10 years ago, the popularity it was 10 years ago, and to be more of the popular mainstream where you have 37 people cosplaying as the Doctor at conventions like it was 10 years ago. So that's my thoughts on it. I want to know what you think, so comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the Whittaker era and what the BBC probably think of it and what you think of it. Other things to do, click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon that helps me pay the bills, and I really appreciate it if you will take a minute to check that out. Several different tiers there to look at. I want to say thank you to two of my top tier patrons, Steve and Colin. I really appreciate their continued support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list down there and a link to my Amazon UK wish list down there, which I just recently put the Doctor Who Specials Steelbook on, because I would like that. I just don't know if I can justify the price tag on that. I make less money at the new job than I did at the old job, and I'm having to adjust to that. And I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me. More importantly though, thank you for watching.